Why, hi there, and welcome to the DoDCast. Today, our rookie Keeler talks with Harrisburg Senators pitcher Greg Ross.
So my first question for you is, you were drafted in the 18th round by the Braves in 2011 out of Frostburg State. Where were you when you found out you were drafted by Atlanta, and what was that experience like for you?
Quite interesting. It was fun. I was up in college. I was in my apartment that I was staying at the time, and I actually was with my newborn son at the time. He was 3 days old. So it was the second day of the draft, and I just was kind of watching him, just hanging around the house, and then I got a phone call from Gene Kearns from the Atlanta Braves, telling me I was drafted. So I was with my girlfriend at the time and her mother and my newborn son, and my face lit up, and it was extremely exciting news to hear.
Now, last year was your first season with the Washington Nationals organization. What do you take away from your first season with the Nats, and how was it different from when you were in Atlanta's organization?
The Atlanta Braves are great. I mean, that's a world-class organization. They do things the right way. Everything was just, kind of organized. They have good talent there, great coaches, great fundamental program. Nationals kind of the same thing. For them being kind of a newer organization, things are run very, very well. I was welcomed as soon as I got there by the front office guys down in Florida when I first arrived, when I first signed. Just very warming, welcoming, comfortable, let me feel kind of a part of the group, even though I was a new guy. And sometimes it's kind of hard being a free agent signing, and just you kind of have to prove yourself and just kind of do your own thing. But, I mean, it helped, dramatically as far as just letting me settle in and just be the type of player that I am, and just not have to worry about friends or impress anybody. Just go out and just do what I do.
Now, I know the season didn't end the way you had hoped. You had an injury caused you to miss some time, but what did you take away from your first season that you want to carry over into this coming season?
Yeah, it was pretty tough. I feel like I hit a good stride, and just kind of doing what I normally try to do, have a good season. Stuff like that happens. My biggest thing this off season has been, just trying to stay healthy, just kind of preparing myself for the next season. The Nationals, made me a good offer before I went down to play winter ball in Venezuela, and I felt like it was kind of showing that they really wanted me back, because they kind of saw the snippet of talent that I was able to kind of show during the season while I was in Potomac and Harrisburg. So, for them to kind of be that confident in me and want to bring me back, pretty quickly, kind of just showed that, I'm able to just, go out and be comfortable and come back even stronger this season, and hopefully make some noise and make the big league club this season and just keep moving up in my career.
Now, you mentioned you were playing winter ball. Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't your manager for this winter season somebody by the name of Ozzie Guillen?
Yes, okay. Yes, he was our manager.
So, two-part question. How is it pitching in an environment like winter leagues in Venezuela, and what's the word you would use to describe Ozzie?
Venezuela was different. I heard stories and stuff like that about just the different atmosphere, culture, type of baseball, fans. I mean, they play drums during the season. During the game. The games are really long. It was fun. I had a blast. I think the talent down there was very, very. They were good. The guys were good, and they're higher level. Big leaguers, ex-big leaguers, future big leaguers, AAA guys. I think I took away a lot, and just kind of understanding a different style of baseball. It's kind of like a big league atmosphere. As far as Ozzie Guillen, one word. I don't know. I mean, the guy was great. He was fatherly. He kind of just, as soon as we all got there, he was just he just took us on our wing, just, kind of like the protector. I mean, he's been through a lot with his career, and some people criticize him, but I mean, he's a player's manager, and he was going to bat for us every single day. Just kind of bringing us in individually as a team, and just keep reminding us that he's supporting us no matter what, and he's got our back. And if we lose, it's on him. If we win, it's on us. Just stuff like that. I mean, it's what you want to hear. That way, you can just go out and handle your business on the field and not worry about anything else, off the field.
Now, for those who haven't seen you pitch, how would you describe your pitch arsenal?
Competitor. I don't have lightning stuff, but I think I have 4-pitch arsenal that I think can compete at the highest level. I take the ball every 5 days, or how many days it is, and I just go out and compete and give my team as many innings as possible. Just it's a part of the game. I think as a starter, or reliever, whatever it is, and just going out, never complaining and just doing your job as best you can. Just over the last couple of years, just kind of learning how to pitch, because I don't have high velocity, but you kind of learn the art of your own craft and just how to get guys out mentally. You look at Greg Maddux, was with the Braves. Just kind of learned like that. He didn't throw extremely hard, but he knew how to pitch. So kind of just taking that and kind of running with that as well, just to hopefully, like I said, give my team the best chance to win and try to win a championship.
So growing up in the Baltimore area, who were some of your favorite pitchers to watch? And if you had a favorite team, who was your favorite team?
Well, I grew up an Orioles fan, obviously. Cal Ripken was definitely my idol. He broke the record actually on my birthday, so that definitely kind of inspired me to want to play professional baseball. As pitchers, obviously the big three in Atlanta, they were kind of the team in the 90s, me growing up, watching them all the time. Even guys like now these days, Jim Palmer back in the day, even now, I think A.J. Burnett I'm a huge fan of, Josh Beckett, guys like that I kind of just try to relate myself to in some way, their style or pitches or whatever. Just try to watch them, religiously, see how they succeed at the highest level, and take something from that. And guys from all different decades, just take a little bit each time and try to, like I said, perfect my craft and get better.
Now, when you got promoted up from Potomac to Double-A, you had a stretch of 4 starts in a row where you went 7 innings and didn't give up a run in any of those games. What was key for you in getting off to that strong start? Was there anybody that sort of helped you adjust to Double-A? How were you able to get off to such a great start at Harrisburg?
It was more of a proving thing. I think my whole kind of career as a minor league baseball player has been an underdog. I mean, even my kind of path to get drafted was very underdog. I love that. I don't like, everybody wants to be a prospect. I understand that, but I'd rather, prove something. That way when I get on the map, it's like, well, who's this guy? You you show yourself off. But, I'd been in Double-A before, with the Braves. I was there in 14 and 15. So I think there was just kind of a niche of getting back there. I understand I had to go back to Potomac for roster purposes and stuff. But once I got there, it was kind of like, okay, prove yourself, prove that you've been here. I just each year I try to be better than I can before. I think during that stretch, it went so fast that I was just like, don't give up a run. I think one of the games I had man on third with like 1 out or something, and I was like, don't let him score. I wasn't thinking about a streak or anything. It was just, give my team the best chance to win, and that means no run. So, we have a high chance of winning when there's no run scored by the other team. So all we have to do is score 1. So that's kind of my mentality. It was just don't get beat, and I kind of look at it as it's a job, and if I don't get those guys out that are in the box, my family doesn't eat, and I don't get paid. So I don't look at it that way. Do whatever it takes. You
mentioned you see yourself as an underdog story, and I'm sure people reading about this interview or listening to this interview aren't very familiar with Frostburg State. So tell us a little bit about Frostburg State, and what do you remember about your time there?
Frostburg State, very small school, Western Maryland, Division III. I got an opportunity to go there my last 2 years. I went to junior college first 2 years. Guy Robertson is the head coach there. one of their seniors got hurt, and he called me up and thought I would be a good fit up there. And I mean, I had fun. It's normal, kind of normal school, but smaller. You're able to focus a little bit more. Not being as many people there. But Guy Robertson, my teammates at the time, I mean, it was just, they helped me out through that, big time up there. Especially Guy, I was having my son my whole senior year. He was going to be born right around the time I got drafted, and I just kind of got motivated my whole senior year, and I had a pretty good season that was able to kind of get my name out there and get me drafted. So I go back every year. I go back to homecoming. I go back to a baseball camp just to kind of get back. If it wasn't for that opportunity, I wouldn't be where I am now. So I kind of, I appreciate that. I appreciate Guy and anyone that's ever helped me along the way.
Last question for you again, for Nats fans who are reading or listening to this interview. Do you have a message for them?
Try to win a championship this year. Hopefully I can contribute in any way possible. National fans are diehard. I mean, I've always been watching, obviously, with being the Braves in the same division and stuff, but through the 2 levels this year and just watching games on TV and just Twitter, social media, stuff like that, the fans are very dedicated. I feel like, they're kind of local. I'm only 45 minutes away from D.C., so, I can't wait for this season. Watching the roster moves and stuff like that. I'm very excited. I'm working hard, and hopefully I can contribute in any way possible this year.
Great. Again, thanks for taking the time. Also, congrats on your engagement. So that's big news.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. So best of luck this season. Keep up the great work, and hopefully we'll talk again real soon. Thanks for the time.
All right. Thank you, Rick.
We'd like to thank Greg Ross for joining Ricky today on the DoDCast. You can follow Ricky at Rickinator555 on Twitter and District on Deck at District on Deck on Twitter. Until then, we will talk to you the next time.